In this video, you're going to discover how to set up Lemlist for cold email outreach. Now, this is a proven, easy, step-by-step blueprint for setting up Lemlist in just a few minutes so that you can boost your deliverability, open rates, and your reply rates. It's important to set up Lemlist the right way, otherwise your open rates will be very low, which means that no one will ever see your outreach emails. So instead, I'm going to teach you the tips and tricks to set up this piece of software the right way. And make sure you watch all the way to the end to discover exactly how to set up Lemlist to optimize your deliverability and boost your results with cold email. By the way, please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because I post a lot of videos on link building outreach and cold email outreach in general, which means that if you subscribe, you won't miss another tutorial. All right, so let's just jump straight in and I'll show you exactly how to use Lemlist. So the first thing you're gonna do, if you haven't already, is just go to lemlist.com and then create an account here. This takes about 2 minutes and you can actually get a free trial. So it's a 14-day free trial. So you don't need to pay anything before you sign up. And if you just want to test this out and see how it goes, then that's the best way to do it. Okay, so once you signed in, first thing you're going to do is start adding your email provider and the tracking domain, okay? So you're going to go over to settings over here, then go to email provider. And what I recommend doing is using a G Suite account. And that's mainly because I found I get the best deliverability with G Suite. They have about 500 emails that you can send per day. And for overall deliverability, it's probably the best tool to use. So if you click on connected Google account, you can start setting it up. And the thing is as well, you want to use a G Suite account over a Gmail account, because with Gmail, if you're sending a lot of cold email outreach, you're going to get blocked pretty quickly by Gmail and they're not going to like that. So instead, use G Suite. It's a paid service, but for a few dollars a month, you're going to boost your email deliverability, get better results, and save yourself a lot of time as well. So that's why I recommend using a G Suite account over a Gmail account. Next up, you also want to make sure that you have a tracking custom domain in place before you start sending emails, because this will really help to boost your email deliverability, okay? And if you don't know how to set this up, you can click on the FAQ here on Lemlist, and they actually have an article that teaches you exactly how to set up a custom tracking domain. And whichever website hosting service you're using right now, you can click on here and learn exactly how to set that up. But basically, once you've done that, you can plug in the tracking custom domain here. It will help boost your deliverability, and it's something you should definitely add if you haven't already. Now, once you've done that, simply go to All under Campaigns, and then click Create a New Campaign here. Then type in the name of your campaign. And if you're going to have a lot of email campaigns, what I recommend doing is naming it correctly, because otherwise it's going to be hard to organize. Okay, so I'm going to type in meditation outreach here, so I know exactly what the campaign is about. Then we click Next. From here, what you should do is upload a CSV, okay? So I've got a CSV here. Here's all the merge fields. And also, when you're setting up Lemlist campaigns and you're uploading the CSV, what you want to do is make sure that your emails are always in column A. I've noticed sometimes if you upload it and you don't have the emails in column A, it doesn't work properly, okay? So it's just a bit of a bug. So if you're using Google Sheets like me, go to File, click Download, download that as a CSV, and then we can drag and drop it here, okay? Just like that. So it's super simple to upload your CSV file into Lemlist. And the other thing as well is that when you're setting up your merge fields, just assign them at the top right, okay? So for example, their name, the blog title, the URL that I'm promoting, for example. And as you can see, it's all set up and ready to go. And once you've done that, you can set up your merge fields here. So these are all custom variables I've used. And once you're ready, just click on Next. But before you do that, actually, if you've got multiple campaigns and you don't want to email the same person over and over again, then what you can do is actually remove duplicate email addresses from your import file and from any other campaigns existing. So if you don't want to email the same person from 2 different campaigns, then you can easily set it up by using this option here, and it will just stop you annoying people by emailing the same person over and over again on different campaigns. And then we click Next. Next up, we're going to set up the email copy for the campaign. And we've already got that in the sheet here. And it's a 3-step piece of copy. So it's an email funnel with 3 different steps. So we just add them by clicking and add a new step here. And then you can also set up the delay between the emails you send. So if you want to sort of drip feed the email campaign, which I usually do, then you can wait 7 days between each email that you send. And then you can just plug in your email copy here. So you click blank email. Now, when you're writing the email copy, you can include merge fields from your CSV file, right? So for example, their name, their URL, my URL, and you can have a backup field for that as well. So if you don't have the person's name, then you could put for you or hey or something like that, right? So you've got some backup text there if you don't have the person's name. And then all you have to do is just paste this in. Pop it in there. And we paste this in here. Right. Now the other thing as well you might notice is that I've added an email signature here. So we're going to set that up later and I'll show you exactly how to do it. So make sure you watch all the way to the end before we jump into that. And then we're just going to paste in the rest of the email copy. Email, and then we paste it in. Now the other thing as well is that if you want to keep the same subject line, you don't want to create multiple email threads when you're emailing people, then you can leave the subject blank here, which is what I always do. And then we paste in the third piece of email copy. And that's it. Send your email copy as simple as that. It doesn't take much time. And yeah, you can just easily paste it in from Google Docs or Microsoft Word or that sort of thing. And then you can start setting up your sending schedule. Now, what I'd usually do is use New York office hours. And I usually limit the number of emails I'm sending to just 30 a day. And that's simply because when you first send an email campaign, you want to warm it up slowly and gradually. You don't want to start sending out hundreds of emails straight away on the first day because that may look very spammy to email providers and therefore it could lower your email deliverability quite drastically. So instead, we're going to limit it down to a max number of 30. We can gradually scale that up by like 5 or 10 more every single week so that eventually you hit 100 or 200 emails per day. And as you can see, it's New York office hours, so that's sending between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. New York hours. And I only send on weekdays too, because therefore if you're sending emails on the weekend, most likely they're just going to drop to the bottom of the inbox, and by the time they get into the office on Monday and start answering emails, they're not going to have time to answer you, or your email is just too low down the priority list for them to answer straight away. So I always get a better response if I send during weekdays between office hours and limit the number of people that email. So then we click save. Now before you can start sending a campaign, go over to the overview tab over here, just edit it, and make sure that all the fields are set up so that you've got your email address set up to send here. I also wouldn't recommend tracking link clicks because when people receive your email, they're going to see a URL in the email copy. And if they see that you're tracking links, you know, if there's a weird piece of code over the email URL, then it's going to look very suspicious because it looks a little bit spammy, and that's a technique that's often used by phishing emails. So it's something you want to avoid, and that's why I don't recommend tracking link clicks. Instead, just track email opens, and that's pretty much it. So click save. And then finally, head on over to review over here. And here you can quickly review all the emails you're about to send so that you can preview, okay, what does it look like? Are there any typos in the email copy? And is there anything I should change before I start sending it? So it's just like a final check. And I'd basically scroll through a few different emails, just make sure they're all set up properly, that they look good. And also you can preview the first email, but also the rest of the email funnel too, just by scrolling down like that. I double check how many days the email is delayed for and that sort of thing as well. And then once you're done and you're ready to go, just click review all bodies to be, and it's going to start sending to the hours you've scheduled. Next up, what you're going to do is set up the email signature. And this is basically going to make your email look professional, and it's going to be a signature that appears at the bottom of every email that you send, right? So you go to settings, email signature, plug in your details here, and you can also see that I've included a unsubscribe link, right? So to get that unsubscribe link, go back to your email campaign where you're writing the copy on your email messages. Go to these dots at the bottom here, click unsubscribe, and then you can just copy and paste that in. like that, and you can edit the text as you need to, right? And it's really important to include a unsubscribe link because, if people don't want to receive your emails anymore, then you need to really give them a choice of being able to unsubscribe. Now, there's another useful feature on Lemlist that I recommend using, especially if you've done outreach before, and that's the graveyard section. Essentially here, you can unsubscribe people manually using any sort of blacklist that you've got. So you can paste in the email addresses here, click bury, and that will remove people from your future email campaigns so that you can unsubscribe them and they don't hear from you again. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching this tutorial on how to set up Lemlist. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so that you don't miss another tutorial on how to set up campaigns for cold email outreach.